Hi, my name's Shota.
And I'm Amber.
And welcome to Kotatsu Club Podcast.
Where we talk about all things Japanese language and other stuff too. And today we have a special guest. Please meet Sarah.
Yay!
Welcome.
Welcome.
Sarah. So Sarah, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. I'm Sarah. I'm French. I'm 27 years old and I'm working in Japan as a content creator.
Whoa.
Wow.
Fellow content creator. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's so cool that you're doing content creation full time. I think we have a lot that we want to ask about that. But I thought we could start out more with your background and moving to Japan and how you got into living and working here.
Yes. So I always liked Japan, I guess, from manga when I was a kid.
Okay.
It's quite popular in France. And then it was a dream to go here but not to live here.
Okay.
During university, I had the opportunity to go to study here for 6 months.
Wow.
It was so nice, and when I left, I thought, I wish I could come back, but maybe still not live here, but come back. Then I found, I finished my studies. I came back here to go to a Japanese school for 6 months. And then I had no more money, so I had to come back home. I met my boyfriend also, and then I managed to come back in the end with a working holiday.
Okay.
So your boyfriend is here?
Yes,
Tokyo?
still here.
Okay.
Are you still on working holiday visa or you've switched to regular working visa?
Yeah, luckily I switched.
Okay.
My job managed to make me switch.
Nice.
Yeah. So I actually get a lot of questions from people about visas because they want to know if they're not from like a country that's like considered a native English speaking country by like this English teaching schools in Japan. They want to know how they can move here. So how did you find your job?
Yes. So when I was in France, I used to work for a manga publishing company. Wow. So it was like pop culture related thing. So when I came back here, I started looking for like jobs that you can find easily, like working in a coffee shop or something like this. And I found this offer, my current job. So it's a Pokemon card. We are selling Pokemon card online, and they needed someone to create video. So it's quite related to my last job as well.
Yeah.
So I applied and I got it. So it's nice.
Wow. So you don't trade Pokemon card. You don't like purchase Pokemon card and like trade out to France. You make content for them.
Yeah, I guess. Sometimes I go to the shops too. I film there, and sometimes we buy things. But most of the time I just film everything, like the collab about Pokemon or...
Oh, so there's like a physical shop that people can... Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, we are selling everything online.
Okay.
For example, in Akihabara, there's a lot of Pokemon shops, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes we film content there, just this.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's funny.
So did you apply for the job when you were in France or were you in Japan already?
When I was in Japan. I was really wondering, will I be able to find a job if I come? But I think it's nice to come to find it, right?
So you set your foot in Japan through working visa visa, and you kind of like work your way up to your like current position.
Yes.
Okay.
Since I had my boyfriend here and I wanted to stay, I had a plan. So I was really looking for a job and not traveling that much. I see. That would make it work.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
So when you came here for study abroad, jumping back a little bit, was it an English program or in Japanese?
You mean the school?
Yeah.
It was in Japanese, I guess.
Oh my gosh, so you must be really good at Japanese.
Not really. You mean, I don't know, the teaching was in Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was their teaching, how do you say it, method, technique.
Yeah.
Everything Japanese, but it was very hard, I think, I had few skills, so I could understand, but it was hard.
She's good.
No, I'm not good at all, actually.
I'm pretty sure she's good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So, what were you studying at the Japanese school?
What kind of...
What was like your major, or were you studying Japanese language?
Oh, no, yeah. My mistake. So, during university, I was studying business, and it was in English.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not skilled at all.
So that was in Japan.
In Japan.
Okay.
And it was part of my French university program, so it was in English.
She's still good.
No, that's the truth.
Okay, got it. So then you did a study abroad in English here, and then
later.
After you went to the Japanese language school, which is all in Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. How did you find the Japanese language school?
It was nice. It was during Corona, so it was more of a way to go to Japan rather than I'm sure I'm gonna stay in Japan and I want to learn Japanese. But I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit tough. You have a lot of kanji to learn.
Sure, yeah.
But it was nice.
Okay, so you have experience on all the visas. So you've had a student, working holiday, and the actual working visa. Wow. That's impressive.
That's like one way that's like a replicable way for like say like a French person to like get your like foot into Japan.
Right.
So I feel like that's like
tried.
a doable path, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, I always recommend people to like, it's a little difficult actually, because so for Americans, we don't have the working holiday visa.
Oh, really?
I think the working holiday visa is like a great hack.
Canadians do.
Yeah, pretty much everyone does.
Except for, I don't know why, but anyways.
For some reason.
For some reason.
So it's hard because when you come on a tourist visa, you actually can't switch to a working visa. You have to go home
is that right?
first. Yeah, so it wasn't always like that, but this is kind of a newer thing. So it's good if you have access to the working holiday, that's a good foot in the door into Japan. You can make connections maybe when you're here. So were you creating content before your job, or did you just start doing content recently?
I sort of started from scratch too.
Wow.
My job before was event and communication. So I was going through like Comic-Con, this kind of things.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of organization. It was so nice and very social work. But yeah, I was missing some creativity. So I started doing video and from scratch. So I think the better way is to start small.
Yeah.
And then develop.
Do you have like your own thing as well, or like do you only have like your like social media account through your like current company?
You mean mine separate?
Yeah, like do you have like your own
social media?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I just kind of stopped it.
Okay.
But my own was more about drawing and illustration. I thought about becoming an illustrator at some point.
Like manga?
Yeah, maybe comics or just art in general. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start again, I guess, and mixing it with Japanese.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds so cool. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about your background of like why you moved to Japan and stuff. So when did you first start being interested? So I know you said like in France, like manga and everything is popular.
Yeah.
Was it like middle school, high school?
When I started seeing manga on television or things like this, it was probably around 10 years old.
Wow.
And during high school, I think I still loved it, but it kind of, I didn't read manga that much again. And then I had the internship in the manga company I was working. So I started getting more and more interesting in Japan.
I see.
So originally you just thought you'd travel here.
Yeah.
And then you met your boyfriend, you're like, actually I want to move here.
Yeah, and boyfriend, and also I loved it here, I think. Yeah. At some point I had to come back because I had no visa, not much money, and a job waiting for me in France. So I went there, and I told you I went to sort of book fairs event.
Yeah.
It was all related to Japan, and sometimes they created like fake konbini or things like this. It was so nice, but
cool.
Sometimes I was, I wish I was in Japan, right, with the real konbini. So I thought maybe I should come back.
Yeah, the konbini culture is so interesting in Japan. How like,
is it?
I mean, the way that foreigners love konbinis, that they constructed a konbini.
Right?
Yeah,
you tell me that all the time. It's just like I grew up with it, so like I don't find it. It's just like a form of store, but like but it's been hyped up, and I think I find it kind of nice.
You know? Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like there's the Family Mart socks.
Yeah,
you can get. I do have the socks. I am a Family Mart sock owner.
Yeah.
Do you have the sock?
My boyfriend wants to buy the Netflix one today.
Oh, I know about the Netflix.
I do have a Family Mart socks. You know, I'm a Family Mart.
Yeah, you're a sock owner as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But such a like quintessential Japanese experience, I feel like. So that's interesting.
Next, I kind of want to talk about a little more about the language, Japanese language. So, have you taken the JLPT?
the other day.
How did it go?
A couple weeks ago, right?
Right, that's why she couldn't come to the picnic.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It was not that good, but I think so far I didn't want to learn English. I didn't want to prepare that much for an exam because it was stressing me a lot.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of exam during my university, and I think I had a trauma. So I'm very glad I did in the end.
Right.
I tried, so I'm probably not gonna have it. It's the N3.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't know, step through a wall, something like this, and it's a big step for me. So I'm not stressed anymore about all these things.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna go better and better.
Right.
You have N3 already, or like you're testing for N3?
Yeah, I'm testing for
Oh,
it.
okay.
I think you might pass. You'd be surprised. So I have a problem where I'm really bad at test taking in general. I get especially when it's timed, because I get very nervous, about the time. And especially the JLPT, they're very cool. So they don't have a clock on the wall. They tell you to bring your own watch.
What?
And, right? So they tell you ahead of time to bring your own watch. But I don't know why I didn't. I just expected that there would still be a clock on the wall, so I didn't think I actually had to bring a watch.
But why would they do that though? Why would they not have
psychological
it on the wall?
torture? It's part of the test.
So weird.
But anyway, so I was really nervous about the time. So I kind of, when I get anxiety about that, I just overcompensate, and I was circling on the test booklet my answers, and then I was going to copy them onto the sheet, and I ran out of time for an entire section.
Oh my god!
And it was my strong section, so I was like, no. And then so I thought there was no way I was going to pass, and I passed.
Wow!
It's an entire blank section.
Wow!
Wait, how well do you have to do to pass? Let's say N3. You have N3.
I have N3.
Okay.
I don't think the bar is that high.
Really?
I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I think it's around 65.
Overall,
60.
or because there will be a couple sections, right?
Yeah, I think overall it has to be around 65. I don't know. I actually don't remember. I haven't taken the test in a few years.
Yeah.
I am going to take the next one in July. I'm going to go for N2. So
you can do it.
I have to practice taking the test and timing myself. Okay, so how do you find the language? Because you don't need Japanese for your job, do you?
Right. I thought, that's the main issue for me, was to find the reason.
Motivation,
Yes. My boyfriend is really encouraging me a lot, but in the end, we don't really need it.
Is your boyfriend Japanese?
Yeah, he's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So he's really trying to... We try to speak Japanese as much as we can.
Right.
But I didn't... there was no need. You need to find the need, I think.
Yeah.
In my job, there is no need, and then with him either. And I'm living with his mom too.
Oh my gosh.
So it's nice.
Wait, what? So you live... So that's a Japanese boy.
Yeah.
And you live with his mama?
Yes, because he's I don't know, he's been living with her the whole time, and he doesn't have an apartment yet to save money.
Right. Yeah.
So it's funny. Then we start dating.
No, look, I don't think it's funny. No.
It's a unique situation.
Unique, right?
Situation. I just need to confirm. That's all. Yeah.
You're not the first one to be surprised. So I started having living in a share house first, and then it was very small, and the girls were not so nice, and then her mom said, "Okay, you can come live with
Wait. Can we please dig deeper on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because that is a truly interesting situation if you don't know how Asian family works. Does your mom like you?
We talked about this the other day, and she told me that her ex-husband mom didn't like her that much. It was tough.
So she wants to love you.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure, because that's something that she didn't receive from somebody who she wanted them to care.
I guess so.
So
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
that's great. How long have you been living?
Now it's been about a year.
Wow.
And I'm so lucky because they're so chill. Her mom is so chill.
That's good. So you can be honest, right? I don't think his mom's gonna watch this. So
no.
Are you comfortable around her?
It was a long process, I guess.
Oh.
We both felt a little bit shy. So
yeah.
When we go in the living room or we're both in the same space.
Yeah.
First it was a little bit we were a little bit shy, but
Yeah.
lately it's getting good.
Okay.
And she I don't know how to say, but she's very acting like to me she looks so young in the way she acts. So it's like almost like a friend. And of course, it's not
cool,
like a friend,
though.
but yeah.
That is awesome.
And she speaks English?
Not at all.
So you speak Japanese as well?
We speak Japanese.
Oh, that's great.
I told you she's good.
No,
Yeah.
so not. But she's helping me a lot with the phone
that's
and
good.
doing notes in English. She's so lovely.
Oh, wow.
That is so sweet. So you talk to your boyfriend in English?
Yeah, it's been a lot of steps, I guess. First English, then Japanese when I can, and when I couldn't anymore, I switched to English. But I was not making any progress because all the words I didn't know, I just switched to English.
Okay.
And lately, we try to speak all the time Japanese. When I don't know, I'm asking him 60% Japanese, 40% English, probably.
Okay.
I'm trying to do that with my boyfriend too. It's kind of the same situation.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is hard because
cool.
you could, like, it's easier to speak English, right?
Of course.
So, yeah.
Would you be able to like live with your boyfriend's mom?
Yeah, I think I could.
You could?
Yeah,
Like comfortably, like without your boyfriend, can you like chill like in a living room like with her, like watching TV and like love? I was like, haha. Can you do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's pretty chill. Like I
chill.
I like that. I like that. Wow.
Yeah, that's really.
Sorry, that guy.
That's a very awesome situation. Do you like cook dinner together?
No, maybe that's not a bad thing because first it was hard to get along because we didn't see each other that much. She works a lot, but at the same time we are not always together, so we're not. I don't know. I'd say stepping on each other's steps.
Yeah.
You're gonna get good at Japanese, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know.
Probably. I think she's already good.
No, I'm not. No, actually, I'm really struggling.
Have you had like any not like fights but like conflict that you had to like overcome? Like,
Living together.
yeah, like living with your like boyfriend's mom.
Yeah. Actually, it's about Japanese. It's since we couldn't communicate that much. We both related. I'd say we both relied on thank you, my boyfriend. But he was not translating the proper way.
Yeah, dudes are
right.
Yeah, anyways.
So he was not the good translator, and he almost made fun of us, not saying the right thing.
Oh my god.
So there was a lot of time we didn't understand each other probably. And lately we understood that he was kind of making fun of us, so we only speak directly to each other. Right?
Yeah, like, team up with your boyfriend's mom, like against him and
that's what we are doing.
Yeah, but like I think that dynamic is like a very like a healthy in a way that like
I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you guys can get like closer as well.
Right.
It
really changed our relationship because before he was, for example, I was saying, I want to say that to her, but I don't know. What do you think is the best way to tell her or something like this? And he told her, Sarah's so shy around you. She doesn't know how to act. And and so she was even more scared.
Yeah.
Does he have any siblings?
He has a smaller sister, but she lives in Kobe. So Kobe. So we don't see each other that much yet.
You met her though, like
I met her
you know
once.
her. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
right?
a little bit obsessed, but I think I'm done.
So this next question, I think you're gonna have to think back a few years when you first came to Japan. Did you have any culture shocks?
Yeah, this is a hard one. When I first came in it was during university. It was perfect 6 months. So nice because also I was with French people and Japanese people and just traveling. So it was perfect to me. So not that much of a shock. I felt, oh wow, Japanese are all so nice, so polite. It's quiet, right?
This one.
But that's really, I had a perfect image. And then I came back 2 years later, I guess. And I was by myself, much more into the Japanese society.
Right.
So I had a few times I struggled understanding what they meant. For example, when I was in Japanese school, the teacher told us, if you are sick, and it was during Corona, so if you are sick, of course, you have to stay home, take care of yourself, there's no problem. And then one day went sick. So I guess I stayed at home, and the next day she told me, Sarah, please come, I want to talk to you. She told me to be careful about where I go, who I meet, because I could get sick and I would still get, how do you say?
It would affect your attendance.
Yeah, attendance, yeah.
Oh.
And when you are in a Japanese school, it's very important, the attendance, because it's related to your visa. So I was so scared. I was like, oh, you told us to stay home,
Yeah,
and then the next
scary,
day you say something different. So I was wondering, well, I don't really get what she wants me to do.
Right.
And I had a few times like this, like they say something and then they say something else, and I don't know what's true.
Okay.
So I think it's related to, maybe not this time, but like tatemae.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just trying to read between the lines.
Yeah.
What they really mean.
So this one was a little bit hard. French people are so direct in a good and bad way, but they can get angry at you. That's a bad way, but it was hard to read between the lines, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes even like between Japanese people, like we have like a difficult time like understanding like what we really mean. You know? So like I can definitely see how like especially like Western Europeans out here like struggling to, like you said, like read between lines and understanding each other. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask about your experience making friends in Japan, both with like the foreigner community and Japanese friends. So what is your experience like with that?
Yeah, so for foreigners, I didn't have any difficulties, I guess. We already talked about it, but the Meetup app is very nice. When you want to meet people and do activities together and make friends, it's very nice. Yeah. I met a nice Taiwanese girl 2 years ago. We became very close. Yeah, and I had a lot of French friends also. And with Japanese, in university, I had a group of friends. And that's probably what I said earlier about we never know what they really want, what they mean.
Yeah.
Because when I came back 2 years later, I tried to meet them again, but they were just so busy. And it was so hard. We took about 6 months to make an appointment. 6 months to find a day to meet. So I was like, okay, they just don't want to meet me, right? But they're not going to say it because of tatemae. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So at some point I gave up. And then the day before I leave, they say, oh, we really want to meet you though. Let's meet on the last day before you leave Japan.
Oh, wow.
So it's harder to meet, I guess. Maybe the hardest thing. And then from what I saw, I guess just people are different. Because when I had my shock about tatemae that I talked about earlier, I thought, oh, maybe it's going to be too hard to become friends with Japanese or even date Japanese people. But it's just, people are just, right? Some people are shy, some people are not shy, some people, it really depends.
Yeah, I feel like although like it's sometimes hard to read what Japanese people are thinking, it follows certain patterns and like they say like, for example, like there's a famous phrase in Japanese, it goes like iketara iku wa. It's like pretty common in like Western Japan, like iketara iku. Like if I could, I would. Like if I could go, like I would, But that's a no, That's a no.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows that, But I guess like if you're like coming from culture outside, and if you like take it literally, then like like there's still like possibility.
Yeah, next time.
Next time, right?
I'll just keep asking. Eventually.
Yeah. So, but within that culture, like that's an absolute no. Like this dude is definitely not pulling up.
Right.
So yeah. So I guess like if you know these like how people word things, like it becomes easier, I think.
I guess.
Yeah.
Since then, have you made Japanese friends?
Yeah, but I guess not that much because of my work is with Japanese. At work, actually, there are a lot of Japanese girls, and there are students where we meet. Most of my Japanese friends, it's sad to say, but we meet when we drink.
Yeah.
And so it's so easy when everyone's drinking.
Yeah. Well, the next question is about living abroad in Japan and the challenges that come with them. What are some of the biggest challenges of living abroad and how have you overcome them?
Like, besides your mom or his mom.
It was a big challenge,
right?
Right?
It was a bit challenging.
It's not about living here, but I think it's to be far from your own family. To me, it's the only negative point that I have living in Japan. It's the hardest, but there's no real solution except coming back home. I try to come back once a year, try to call often, and
Do they visit you in Japan? Have they?
Not yet. they're trying to plan this in about maybe 6 months.
That's cool.
That would be nice.
Do you have a big family?
Not really. It's my parents. I have a brother, and
Younger brother?
Older.
Older brother.
Older brother.
Oh, okay.
He likes Japan too, so
I
guess he would love it.
He should come here.
Right?
I'll become his friend. What's up?
And then also my girls' friends are having babies lately and things like this, so it's the hardest part, I guess.
Right. Okay, the next question was specifically about being French in Japan. So how do you feel your identity as someone from France influences your experience in Japan? Do you notice any stereotypes or misconceptions?
I heard, and I think it's true, that it's not the worst nationality to be. It's a good nationality to be in Japan.
Yeah, like I feel like if you come from France, you're like generally well received.
There's maybe a too perfect image, but it's changing lately. They think, oh wow, Paris, it's so elegant.
Yeah,
but
I guess when you think of like Western Europe, like Japanese people generally think of France, like in their image.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard, isn't there a word for like when Japanese people kind of idealize France and they go there?
I think so.
And then they get like let down by
the disappointment effect. I don't know what it.
Yeah, there's like
Paris syndrome?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
It's true, I think.
How do you say it in Japanese?
Paris 症候群?
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's it.
I think. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
But
look it up. Fact check on time.
So
I used to think there aren't too many French people. Like I see a lot of America, right? Because America's a bigger country, and Japan and America we tight. But like there are a lot of French people in Japan.
Yeah.
You've noticed that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
No, what do you think?
I think manga.
Really?
Yeah. We had it on TV since we were born, and then YouTuber. There's like for this past 10 years, they are talking so much about Japan. It's like the popular place to go.
French YouTubers living in Japan or visiting Japan?
Even visiting. So even like someone's doing something not related to Japan, they always have like vlogs about when they come to Japan.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's the same in the US too. Yeah. Are there many Japanese people in France, like that are living abroad there?
I don't know much. We have the Japanese in Paris. There's a Japanese neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah. There's a Japanese neighborhood in Paris.
There's a Japanese neighborhood in Paris.
Yeah, it's very elegant as well. It's in a very nice neighborhood.
Ooh.
What makes it a Japanese neighborhood?
There's like ramen everywhere.
Ramen doesn't make it a Japanese.
No, but like there's
a bunch of ramen.
Not only there's like Japanese restaurants in the whole area,
like a street.
Yeah,
one street.
Like a few streets.
A few streets. Oh.
Is that like a cluster of restaurants that are like owned by Japanese people?
Yeah. It's the closest place you can find really nice Japanese because we have Japanese restaurant everywhere, but it's not real Japanese restaurants.
Ah, okay.
This place is really Japanese restaurant and like sort of kombini.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I think probably all major world cities have like areas are broken. I mean, I know from New York City, like we have like
New York's got
different. But I think I've heard London is the same. They have neighborhoods where like different cultures. I think it's a major city thing.
But there aren't too many. Like,
I guess Tokyo's not like that.
Yeah.
Tokyo's not.
Well, Tokyo's got like Chinatown. Like Ikebukuro's got Chinatown.
Chinatown.
There's like a high German concentration in Yokohama. And French people everywhere. Americans everywhere. I guess like, outside of like Chinatown and Shin-Okubo, Koreatown. I think outside of Chinatown and Koreatown, I think like just kind of like scared.
Yeah, I don't think there's like set some.
Oh, there's a little Saigon in a neighborhood called Takada no Baba. I know it's a mouthful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takada no Baba.
It's always funny passing that train station.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The next station is Takada no Baba. You just like run through it. Yeah. Oh, that's cool though. Yeah.
So do you have any advice for aspiring expats, maybe from France or maybe from anywhere else who want to move to Japan?
It's a hard one. Maybe two things. The first thing is to not to feel too guilty, because when I wanted to come, maybe I came back and left a lot of time because I felt guilty to leave my country, leave my friends and family.
Yes.
And try to be honest with yourself. If you can stop thinking about something, it's that you probably have to do it.
Yeah.
So do it scared. I guess.
Yeah.
And second thing is come with a plan if possible. It's always hard, but a lot of people come with the working holiday visa, and it's nice, and I think it's nice things to do to travel. But if you want to stay after, you have to think about it from the beginning, probably. And yeah, look for some job offers and think what's your skills or your good points you can use.
Yeah, and find a boyfriend who nice mom.
Has a nice mom.
Live with them, get closer,
I think that was really good advice. Personally, I almost didn't come to Japan because I was 26 when I was thinking of moving here, and I was like, oh, that's too old. It's like
26.
I know, it's so young, right? But at the time when you are 26, I was like, oh, it's like I missed the boat. Like I should have came like in college or after college. That's like when you go to like live in another country. I don't know. Yeah, and I think I also had the guilt for leaving my family too, especially coming from like Italian American families are so close for some reason. Like I have like my aunts and uncles and cousins and we're all like this.
Yeah.
So no one leaves. Like I'm the only one left. So yeah, come scared. That's the best advice. We have one more question for you, which is what are your future goals in Japan? Do you want to live here long term? Are you not sure yet? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I guess I want to develop my social media and my work social media, and I don't know because I didn't plan to live here first, so I'm figuring it out. And there's also my boyfriend to take into account now, so a lot of questions. Maybe he wants to live abroad someday.
Okay.
So
but he's open to it.
Yeah.
At least. Okay.
Yeah, at least. So that's good. It's open.
Is he taking his mom with it?
They're not that good.
Maybe it's time for him to feel guilty,
He's never lived abroad?
He's been traveling for 3 months in Europe. So he kind of like Europe.
Wow.
Okay.
But yeah, so I don't know yet.
Okay. But that's exciting, Where can people find you?
Yeah, on Pokemon, it's a long name. It's Carte Pokemon it's our French social media.
Okay.
And mine is Sarah's Little Doodles. It's a little bit long.
Okay.
We'll write it.
We'll write it down in the description. Yeah.
Don't worry. Any last remarks?
No, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Merci
coming
beaucoup.
on.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you have any questions for us, please send us an email at kotatsuklubbpodcast@gmail.com. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.